Hi folks, welcome back to another episode of Rats in the Kitchen. Sorry I haven't said hi in a few days. This isn't going to be a full-size episode. We're just going to go over a couple little things. First off, Brian, on the episode with the Amco, he pointed out that the bananas I were using were a bit green and that this was designed to cut just ripe bananas, so doesn't get much more ripe than that. We'll see if that works. And yeah, that's ripe. That's fermenting. Actually, that's how ripe that is. And the other thing is, we're going to answer the question, well, what do you do if you need to slice a whole lot of bananas at once? Now, the Hutzler 571, the Garden Fresh, the Amco, all these devices here, even the Bonanza, they're good when you want to slice maybe one banana at a time. Well, bananas come in bunches. So how do you address that situation? Is there a way to cut, say, 4 or 5 at a time? I have an idea. We're going to try it out. But right now, let's address this little issue here. Again, the serrated edge, which I said was useless on the Amco. Ryan, we're going to give it a go. Alright, so we have a nice ripe banana there. And we have the serrated edge. And, alright, that's making a little bit of cutway. That's doing okay there. So yeah, that did... Alright, Brian, I apologize. That did an okay job on that banana there. So maybe you're right. Maybe I did not allow the banana to ripen long enough the first time. So yeah, Amco, I apologize. The serrated edge does work fine once the banana is ripe. Alright, so now we're going to address what to do when you have an entire bunch of bananas that needs to be cut all at the same time. I've got an idea. We're going to try this. I don't know how well it's going to work, but that's what this show is about. It's all about learning. The only way to learn is to just run little experiments now and then. This is kind of like a science class, only with a slightly bigger budget than a lot of schools currently have. So we have 3 bananas right now. They don't spoon perfectly evenly because that one's a little straighter. There we go. Gonna try to get the bananas to spoon as much as they can. Alright. I think we're working out okay. And what we have here is a cooling rack. Alright, so we have the cooling rack. Now if you notice, the spaces are about the same size spaces as the Bonanza. These are roughly 1/2 inch wide. Kind of fits over there generally nicely. Again, same size spaces as the Garden Fresh. But what I'm worried about is these aren't plastic blades. These are a little bit on the thicker side, these wires here on the cooling rack. So I don't know how much the banana that's going to cost us. But I do know the area covered. And also we have the crossbars going here. So we might have some little square sections there. This might not come out exactly evenly, but let's just give it a go. Now I'm going to press down. You have to squiggle back and forth a bit. Go on all sides. Now, to some extent, it seems to be working okay, but there's just a bit much bend in the cooling rack. So how do you get it? That is a little bit trickier than I thought it might be. Yeah, I get the feeling by the time, if I had used one of the other slicers, I probably could have been finished by now, simply because of that bend. So maybe if you're going to try this, you might want to go with the sturdier rack. That might do the trick. But yeah, it's alright, so let's just try pushing through here. That's going okay. Still going through the rack alright. We're not losing as much on the wires as I was afraid we might have. So there's also a possibility maybe I just wasted a bit much time with the initial push through when I should have just flipped it over once they were in place and gone on to this. But we're doing okay. And remember, you gotta wash your hands. Don't forget to wash your hands. That's hygiene is important when you're slicing bananas. So yeah, the grate's a little bit messy. We did lose some. Definitely a bit messier than the thin blades on the Hutzler would have gotten. And not everything came out nice and even. Well, the slices that went through his slices came out just fine. But some of it came through as a bit of a mush. But there you go. Throw some whipped cream over it and some graham crackers under it. Tell everybody it's a pie. And yeah, let them think you used the Hutzler 571. They'll never be the wiser. Alright folks, so I consider that a moderate success. Now this is something, again, you talk about things that have multiple purposes. This wiring rack can also be used as a cooling rack. Did okay as a banana slicer. Did it hold its own against the Hutzler, the Garden Fresh, the Bonanza? For all intents and purposes, sure, why not? And the cool thing about these, there are many wiring racks out there that you can buy. There's probably already a few around your house. I would not recommend using an outdoor grill rack, especially if you've left it out and it's covered in rust and bird poop. Not my personal favorite flavors. If that's your thing, I ain't here to judge you. But, to each their own. Thanks for watching. And again, don't forget to like us on Facebook, subscribe to the YouTube channel, And we'll be coming up with some more things. Actually, I got a few episodes coming out where I'm finally going to get out of the kitchen. It'll still be called Rats in the Kitchen. But we're going to see how well the Hutzler works at higher elevations. We're going to see how it does compared to a chainsaw or an axe. And we're